Hi, I'm Joshua Hayter from Physio and Pilates. And thanks for watching this video, the start of a fortnightly or even weekly vlog series, video log series. And I'll be talking about a number of things. But I guess at the start it's more about some of the changes that we're bringing into the practice, some of the things that I guess have been getting at me as a physiotherapist, and there's this sense inside me that there's a lot more that I could do, and I'm a little bit frustrated, I guess. And one of the things I want to get across today in this video is how I'm thinking about going about making those changes. And the idea of changing myself as a person, as a clinician, and also I guess a reflection of that is changing Freedom Physio and Pilates is I guess the satisfaction of being more effective at helping people and helping more people, not just those in front of me at any given time. And as a physiotherapist, you feel a little bit limited in your effectiveness because there's so many hours in the day. And one of the problems is you always feel like you're rushing your patients and you're rushing yourself. And sometimes at the end of the day, I feel, could I have done that better? And I guess the answer to that is yes. So one of the things I've always enjoyed is talking to potential clients, or even just people who have no intention of being a client, about some of their frustrations or physical ailments, and realising that sometimes people just want to vent, they just want to bounce off someone who they may perceive as perhaps being an expert in that field. And that's given me the idea that giving you the chance to just have a chat would be a wonderful thing. And I guess an example of this is the classic problem when someone does give us a call and they want to talk about why they've called, not so much to make an appointment, but what's troubling them. And typically in healthcare practices, we tend to cut you off and say, hey, do you want an appointment or not? And hang up the phone and move on. And we've made the mistake that here's someone who's just wanting to talk. And so I thought, well, how do we get around that problem? And it's pretty simple. Book a telephone conversation. So, if you do make an inquiry, perhaps we need to put aside some time to listen to you, genuinely listen to what it is that you've called about. It's a little bit tricky, I guess, when you've got an appointment diary. And in my perfect world, I would have no diary. And when you call, I could just respond. And I guess the other realisation is we get similar inquiries through email, message through Facebook, we get them via text. So I guess I've got to catch up with the modern world, this social media juggernaut. And I'm a bit of a dinosaur, but the man behind the camera is dragging me into that world, kicking and screaming, so here I am. So what is it I'm trying to do? I'm trying to reach more people. I'm trying to make life easier for those who are seeking help. In today's environment of the internet, there's so much information out there, and what my clients tell me is that they get confused about what site do you look at, who do you trust? And that's the big word, trust. So I guess what I would like to be able to do is to have those conversations with you or a potential client about what might be troubling them physically. You may think a physiotherapy practice is all about sports injuries, all about knees and hamstrings and footy and netball and soccer. Well, it may come as some surprise that that's not really the case. Our typical patient is a 53-year-old lady who's pretty keen to get herself strong and fit, wants to keep her mobility and independence. Maybe she wants to get back on the golf course, or she's off to Europe on an extended holiday and she wants to get herself nice and strong to handle all those steps in Europe. And so a lot of what we do is we problem solve, and quite typically we're doing a lot of core strength and balance training, and just helping people get back into the gym. And you know, we do a lot of clinical Pilates and that sort of thing. So typically 80% of what we do is actually it's got nothing to do with sport. It's more about helping people regain their mobility and their independence without using medication, anti-inflammatories or painkillers, or avoiding unnecessary scans or, heaven forbid, injections or procedures. And I guess that's what we're all about. So one of the things I'd like to do is to take down those obstacles to these conversations and allow you to talk to me. And so we're putting out some new software eventually with a new website, and that does enable you to make contact, and we can certainly use that in the future to book those telephone calls. In the meantime, I'm really happy for anyone to contact me any way they like. If you have anything you wish to discuss, we just book a 15-minute chat on the phone. And further to that, another thing I love doing is just sitting down here in this little physio room and listening to someone talk for half an hour about what they want to do, what their goals are. Do they want to go and climb a mountain, or are they heading off on the Kokoda Trek, or they just simply want to get around a 9-hole golf course, and just problem solving and helping them see that perhaps there's a different way of doing things. And half of it is, are we a good fit for you, or you're a good fit for us? Trying to match up that gap that exists sometimes between a client's expectations and ours. So in summary, we're just trying to slow things down a bit, and because I hate rushing people through, I really do, and I would love to just spend a lot more time just talking and working out ways to help people more effectively, and to be able to reach more people and to be able to give them advice. So as this video series goes on, that's one of the things I'd love to do, is to break down some of the myths and barriers to more effective ways of reaching people, because I've been a physiotherapist for 25 years, and I'd like to think that I've learned a few things, and I've heard a lot from my patients, and I have a lot of stories to share, and a lot of interesting experiences. I made lots of mistakes. Some of my old treatment techniques, I don't know why I did them, but I've learned a lot over the journey, and I guess what social media does for me is enables me to reach a far wider audience, and there's so many different things I'd love to help people with. So if you're interested in listening to my ongoing video series, just give this video a like, and subscribe to our practice YouTube channel, and I'll try and get out to you as often as I can. And I'd love to hear some feedback to help us improve our practice, because we're certainly going through a journey. I'm going through a professional journey of change, and we would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.